Hi, I'm Robert McClement, and I'm an Associate Professor of Geography at Wilfrid Laurier University in Waterloo. And I'm here at the recreational port of Wellington on the north shore of Lake Ontario. And I'm in front of a dock that's been taken out of the lake for the winter. And as you can see, that below the waterline, it is covered in these little guys, zebra mussels, all throughout the infrastructure under here. These are not a native species to North America. They were introduced from Europe in the late 1980s. They were first discovered, a colony of them, in Lake St. Clair, which is a small lake between Lake Huron and Lake Erie. They've spread from there throughout the Great Lakes. They're in the Mississippi watershed. You'll find them in California, even in some lakes. They've done quite well since they arrived in North America, probably brought here in the bilge water of an ocean-going ship that traveled from the Black Sea region of Europe. Now, they have no natural predators here in North America. They spread quite easily, and they have a number of ecological and economic consequences when they get into a waterway. The ecological ones, well, what happens is these guys are filter feeders, and they take in, each one could take in, say, a liter of water a day, and they filter out the phytoplankton and other small organisms that are in the water. And in doing so, the water, once you get these things in your lake or stream or river, the water becomes exceptionally clear because they're doing that. That doesn't necessarily mean that the water is clean or pollution-free, but it makes it very clear. And that phytoplankton and the diatoms and other organisms, that could be food for native species that are here, but they're getting consumed by these guys. They also tend to choke out our native freshwater mussel species. In fact, these guys, they need to fix themselves to hard objects. That's why you'll find them on these docks, on rocks and other things in the lake. You won't find them on the sandy bottoms. And what they'll actually do is the native mussel shells, they'll actually attach themselves to that and they'll choke out the native mussels. And of course, they're also competing with them for food. The economic consequences of these guys can also be quite significant. What happens is they love to grow around pipes that go into the water. These could be intake pipes, taking water into cooling systems or hydroelectric generation systems. Could be outfall pipes as well. And what happens is they grow inside and they slowly choke off the pipe. And so you have to continually clean out your pipes and things like that to get them clear. So there's a number of significant impacts. We're not quite sure what the long-term ecological or economic impacts of them will be in the Great Lakes system, since they've only been here a few decades. But it's pretty clear that they are changing both the physical and chemical makeup of the water, and having a big impact on our native species and on our coastal infrastructure like this. So it's a good lesson to all of us about the risks and costs associated when humans introduce non-native species into a new environment, and something to watch out for in the future.